TBC, what's the deal? Let me give a shout out to Mr. Kelly again for sending me some articles here. Now, this article that was sent to me, newzealandherald.co.nz. I'll leave the link in the description. And like always, when you come to my channel, you go to the description box, you click on the link, you read it, and then you come to your own surmise about what's going on, okay? So it says, Takam laughs off Povetkin's failed test. All right, so I just opened this up. Let me go ahead and see what's going on. So I guess his Takam's promoter has some things to say. He says that Takam was laughing it off. And then he goes on to say, at the time of the fight, when the medicine was legal, maybe he was taking this medicine, said his promoter. It improves the blood, the stamina. In fact, if you see the Carlos Takam versus Povetkin fight, what made the difference were the final rounds. Then he goes on to say, my personal opinion, until the 7th round, the fight was very close. Maybe 1 point for Carlos. It's strange because in the last rounds, Povetkin, was more fresh suddenly. I don't know. Okay, that's what he goes on to say. Then he also says, that's what he feels about it. Then the trainer, Kevin Barry, for my man Joseph Parker, says this Povetkin and Wilder fight for the WBC title is one which boxing fans and sporting fans around the world have been waiting for. They've been making this fight for a long time, and now for it not to take place is a real disappointment. But this is fantastic news for our promotion here in New Zealand because the eyes of the boxing world will be on Joseph Parker versus Carlos Takam. The fight will take even more interest in the boxing and sporting world. And let's not forget about David Haye versus Arnold Jerichai. And I thought Shannon Briggs was on the card. I thought the Dimitrenko fight was going to happen. Now, Dimitrenko and his camp came out and said they've never been contacted for this fight. It's not going down. But Haye is fighting Jerichai on May 21st. Let's keep that in mind. But as far as I believe this fight's a bigger fight because the winner of this fight is going to get a title shot. Now, you may disagree and say the Hayes fight's bigger because, that's fine. But I think this fight's bigger because the winner of this is going to fight either my man Anthony Joshua or Dominic Brazil. So I'm just getting this out there, man. As an uploader, I give my opinion about this Povetkin fight. And I give my opinion about the Povetkin fight. And as an uploader, I know sometimes what I say doesn't really mean anything because, hell, I'm just an uploader, right? So just giving, opinion of another fighter who's been in the ring, well, at least that the promoter of the fighter that's been in the ring with Povetkin and what he has to say about it in their last fight. And that was a pretty good back and forth fight between Carlos and Alexander. It was a very good fight. Very, very good fight. I even heard some other fellas making reference to how fresh they thought Povetkin looked at the end of the Klitschko fight, although he was getting beaten, but just the fact that he was able to get just manhandled the way he was, and he had a lot of stamina in their eyes. And so, what I mean, real tricky situation going on with this MELDONIUM and so on and so forth. I'm just getting this out there, just words from the Takam camp, and Takam himself just laughed it off, kind of like the shit's funny, you know what I mean? So it's funny, man, because I was thinking about doing this, but I don't want to put this young man in the middle of this. But I actually am in contact with the chief sparring partner for Povetkin, this camp for the Wilder fight. We talk, what I mean? It's a undefeated prospect, but I don't want to, go into detail and ask him anything. It's, just let that situation play out, man. All I do know, May 21st is still going to be here, whether Wilder or Povetkin takes place or not. As a fan of the heavyweight division, it just upsets me, man. And I know my last video talking about the Povetkin drug test, I put a lot of emotion in that video. And me doing videos on here is a hobby to me, man. So when I do take the time to do videos, it's literally, a hobby to me. Like some of us, we work on 67 Chevys, and, some guys, they like to, smoke cigars and play poker and, things like that with the fellas. But me, I like talking boxing and having this YouTube page to interact with boxing fans, man. So just real passionate about that fight because I really wanted to see the fight take place, and it's a meaningful fight, man. There were some meaningful fights that I was looking forward to on May 21st, but just like a lot of fights, it got canceled. for whatever reason. This time it's just a guy, you know, has a positive test or whatever. So it is what it is. Just getting this out there. But I'm looking forward to Takam versus Parker. And yes, all eyes will be on this fight, at least in my opinion. As far as a guy that, you know, someone that covers the heavyweight division. The stage is yours, Mr. Parker, Mr. Takam. The stage is yours. YTBC.